Morning Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla and I welcome you all to the Python for Placements Day 4. A lot of you guys were waiting for this and I know that almost every student was quite anxious that why this series has been stopped or halted. However, this series wasn't stopped or halted, being very honest with you. The major focus was upon that there was some emergency at my end that I had to address, so I was primarily there. So if I am visible and audible to you, just type a yes in the live chat section so that I can watch that out. I'm having my mobile today with me so that there I can see your messages. If I am visible and if I am audible to all of you, go ahead and tell me that in the live chat section. Then we'll begin. If I'm audible and if I'm visible, then we'll begin. Great. So hi Vibhuti, hi. I am visible and I'm audible, which is a great part. And henceforth, I'll start with today's class. Just give me a minute. So, correct. And the major point that the series was not uh, going live, or we were not actually regularly coming, the reason was that good evening, I had something at my end, as I told you, but nevertheless things will come back to the track again. And to all of you who have been in this class for a while, I'll suggest go ahead, follow me on this Instagram handle @Shuklaji Speaks, so that you can actually learn a lot of things here directly from me. You can DM me any of your queries, any of your doubts, and directly I can address them, because there is no other team who's handling this Instagram account. @Shuklaji Speaks is by far being handled by me, and I am straight away replying to the queries. Those who have reached out to me, they know I send notes there, I send audio notes to you, fine. So everything pretty much is covered there. We'll talk about that in detail. But first of all, tell me, I can see your comments. Are you guys excited for today's class? Everybody is ready for today's class? Bolo fatafat. So I'll begin with this, and rather I would, fine, no issues, I'll see it in my mobile itself. Let's go ahead and let's focus more upon what we are going to study today. Fine, that would help us out. And whatever doubt you have, you can put that in the live chat section. Hi Komal, hi. So whatever doubt you have, you can put that in the live chat section. That would pretty much help me out. Now, the topics that we are going to cover today. First one is tuples. Fine, rather before tuples, we do a program. Fine, we'll start with the program itself today. And the program that we are going to do is finding maximum, fine, and minimum value in a list. Fine, so we'll write this program, because in the last lecture we have done pretty much about list. We have done and discussed a lot of operations on list. So if you're somebody who has not watched that lecture, go back, watch that lecture again. And I'll go ahead. The next topic that we're going to cover is tuples. Fine, the third topic that we'll do in tuples, we'll do pretty much about what operations are there. Basically in tuples, most of the operations are like list, so most of the times I would be saying that you can go ahead, watch the list and come back here again, because we have very less time at our hand and we need to prepare for our various things for placement, which are very relevant. Hi Bhimesh, hi. So my regular students are back, great. Now what else apart from tuples, what do I have at my list? So yes, after tuples I'm going to teach you about sets. Fine, so we'll understand sets, along with that we'll understand list comprehension. We'll try doing this list comprehension before we go to sets, fine, so that we have a fair square understanding of this as well. And pretty much things would be simple in today's class. But all these data structures that we are learning, we have already learned list, fine, we have learned this. We are going to learn tuple next in the line, then it would be set, and then it would be dictionaries. Fine. Tomorrow most probably dictionaries would start. Rather, I would introduce dictionaries here itself today. Let's discuss a bit about this as well. Fine. So I'll introduce this as well. And to all those people who are new to this, take a copy, take a pen, sit with a copy and pen, and then you can learn better. Now, pretty much of things being done, let's go ahead and write the first program itself. So I'll take back my keyboard and I'll shuffle to basically the tab where I can go and show you the compiler. So I hope it's visible to everybody, and I'll zoom it out. I'll zoom it in a bit, pardon, not out. Yes, that's pretty much fine. It's fine. Let's remove this out. So you've already learnt about lists, and we are straight away starting from a question. I don't know, as I told you, I don't know which question it is because I forget and I lose the track of the number of questions we have covered. But if you have that track and if you've done a lot of questions by far, so in your notes you can number it accordingly. Fine. So finding maximum and minimum in a list. Fine. So that is a task. I hope this is clear. Is it clear to everybody? Tell me in the live chat section. Is it clear? Can you look it clearly? Is it visible clearly to you people? Fatapat batao. If it's visible, it will be good. If it's not visible, then there's an issue. But no worries. And also one interesting thing, we have also started an aptitude series. So show some love to that series as well. And that series would also go on for some 8-10 days. And now on, we would be teaching alternately. So Divyank sir, one day he would come and teach you about aptitude. He would teach you topics related to aptitude, and the next day I would be teaching. For example, today I am teaching, fine, and the next day the person that would be teaching you would be Divyank sir. Fine. Great. So everybody can see this clearly. Fine. So now I'll go ahead and I'll start writing the program here itself. Now understand, what you need is basically you need a list. First of all, any list, you can create anything, whatever you want. For example, I'll create Vaibhav_list. Fine, this is a list that I want to make. You might want to make a different list, or you might want to make a Bhimesh list. Fine, so Bhimesh, you can create your own list. Fine. Now what do you need to do? Enter some elements here, 10, 30, and then 1 maybe, and then 45, then 90, then 102. So these are some values that I'm going to have in my list. Fine. Now this is the list that I have declared, and rather let's check once. Yeah, perfect. So this is the list that I have declared, and in this list now I want what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. So if somebody looks straight away, he knows 1 is the minimum value, 102 is the maximum value. That should be returned to me, correct? I hope there's no doubt. If there is any doubt, Bharati is asking, sir, how to crack interview? I'll come to that. I'll come to that very soon, don't worry. So I can see all your doubts, don't worry. Let's go ahead and minimum, I'm naming it minimum. Fine. So I want a minimum element. Fine. How do I get it? There is a min function. If you see, the color of the font has already changed in the compiler because min is already a predefined function in Python. Fine. So in Python you generally have min function. Now how do you implement it? Simply, that's how you actually write a method or a function. Fine. RA is saying restart, waiting for your video, sir. Definitely I'm not going to leave you in between. Fine. And that's what's most important for me. My students, if they are waiting for me, that's really a big compliment. Thank you so much, guys. Fine. Now I'll go ahead and I'll actually type out the name of my list and I'll print minimum. Fine. Also I'll go ahead, I'll write maximum, and in this maximum, again, max is also a predefined function. I'll go ahead, write my list here. Fine. And from the list I would require it to pick the maximum element and then go ahead and print out maximum. And let me tell you, this question is often asked. Today I'll also tell you a very important topic regarding the placements itself, or A very simple question it is, but we'll discuss once we've learned this and once we've learned tuples. Fine, then we'll go ahead and we'll discuss that. Now let's run the code and let's see the output. So if you see minimum, it is printing 102, it is printing maximum value. Fine, so print minimum is being executed, this print minimum gets executed and 1 is printed, then print maximum is executed and 102 is printed. So far so good. Is everybody enjoying? फटाफट बताओ. So far so good. Is everybody with me so far? समझ आ रहा सब कुछ? Everything clear? Tell me in the chat section. By that time I'll go back to my presentation and we'll note down some definitions. Fine, so let's go ahead and let's actually figure out. We're back here and so next thing, we have done this program finding maximum and minimum. It is often asked in placements. So to everybody, hi Vaishali, hi. So to everybody I would say this, go ahead and practice this out. I'll give you this PPT if you want, but for that you have to DM me on Instagram. @ShuklajiSpeaks is my handle. CSM team, put that link again of my Instagram profile in the chat section. Now let's go ahead. Whoever is moderating, please do that. Now we'll understand about tuples. Fine. So what if I tell you, if you correctly know and if you correctly remember, this was list. Fine, this is how a list looks like, correct है ना? So this is how a list looks like, but how do tuples look like? Tuples कैसे दिखते हैं? So tuples actually start from such brackets. Fine, for example I say 11, 12, 13, 14. CSM team, whoever is actually moderating, please put the link to my profile. I have said that earlier as well. I know you've made that visible, but again, so that students have a better convenience, please put that link again. Now coming back, tuples, they actually start with these round braces, fine, or round brackets, whatever you call them. So if you carefully view the basic difference between these two data structures, this is a list, this is a tuple, there's primarily no difference on the very visual side apart from these brackets, correct? But what if I tell you it is also an ordered collection? Fine, this is also an ordered collection like a list. Hi, so image, if you want to print the second large number in the list, can we do by using the indexing? 100% you can do, or what you can do is you can go ahead, you can find out the max and then you can apply the logic that whatever is just lesser than max. Fine, that could also help you out, but indexing is by far one of the best ways, or you can sort it out. There are multiple ways and those are basically DSA based questions, so for that you have to have a good grip on DSA, and it's really great, Bhimesh, that you're thinking on those lines. Great. Now here duplicates are allowed. Fine, and the only difference between tuples and lists is elements can't be changed. Whoever is moderating, I've said it enough times, I'm saying that again, put the profile link so that people can go ahead and follow that out and reach out to me on DMs. I've said it enough times, God knows, I guess my best team is somewhere lacking today, but honestly these guys are one of the best people, so I can't blame them. Fine, elements can't be changed, and this is primarily about tuples. So here the only difference between tuples and lists is that tuples do not have that particular criteria or that flexibility that the elements can be changed. Here elements are fixed. Fine, correct, Bharti, you're correct. So very important placement question, and anybody who's watching this should note this down. Basically here I'll write lists are mutable. This word is very important for placements. tuples are not mutable. Fine. Or rather than not mutable, I would write tuples are immutable. Fine. So these two words are very important, and this is mostly asked in any of the placement exams. You should always focus on such words because they are technical jargons. The answer to them is very simple, but always they are asked in the various kind of placement exams just because people want to twist the questions and check whether you have actually studied things into a depth or not. As simple as that. Fine. So tuples aren't mutable and lists are mutable. So tuples are immutable and henceforth. Now back to the keyboard. Let's figure out a few things in tuples, how to actually write tuples. I'll keep this phone here so that I can see your doubts, and let's go back again. So hashtag, I'll put a comment where I can write tuples. Fine. So works. Let's go ahead and declare my tuple. For example, I'll declare it like this, my tuple. Fine. And this has few elements that I want: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fine. Now once I've declared my tuple, once I've done this, now all the operations that were workable on list are workable here. Duplicates are also allowed. For example, if I write 10 here, so it is also allowed, and I'll print my underscore tuple. Let's go ahead, let's see what does it print. So if you see, duplicates are allowed. It is printing out the same tuple that I had declared. So far so good. Good evening, good evening. You're late, but nevertheless you're still way ahead for learning. If you're regular, then it's great. So go ahead, tell me. So far so good. Is it clear to everybody? Batao fatafat. Now if I want to find out the length of this tuple, what if I want to find out what exactly is the length of this tuple? So I can simply do this, print, and then len, basically Bhimesh. Okay Bhimesh, it's clear to you? Great. Now in this I would write my underscore tuple. So what is the length of this? What exactly is the length of this? Fine. I'll run the code. If you see, it is saying 6, and if you see here, there are actually 6 elements, isn't it? Isn't it, guys? So now that's pretty much about tuples. Any operation that you've learnt on list is workable here. Append works in the same manner, insert works in the same manner. Everything that you've learnt in the lists is exactly applicable to tuples. The only difference is here, also I'll write it again, tuples are, and in bold and caps, immutable. Fine. Whereas lists are mutable. Why am I iterating this so much? The reason is it is often asked in various online assessments. It is often asked in various placement exams. Fine. As simple as that. So far so good. Is everybody clear with this? Fatapat batao. Tuple is immutable. Why append will work? Okay. The point is, when you're trying to add something, addition can work. Fine. Once it is there, once it is in place, then mutability is affected. Fine. I'm not saying exact functions would work. I'm saying the same operations can be performed. I'm not saying that you can exactly change the way a tuple is. I'm not saying that. However, you have the luxury to insert elements here. You have the luxury to actually perform various operations on tuples. For example, if I want to know the length of tuple, I can actually check the length of tuple, correct? What's the difference between mutable and immutable? Okay, so the difference is this list particularly is flexible and dynamic to change, whereas tuples cannot. Fine, this is pretty much. Now we'll go ahead to something called as, I'll move this out from the perspective and we'll go to list comprehension. A very small thing. This list comprehension is a very small thing, but often it is used to shorten the code to actually reduce down the length of the code. So far so good. Pimesh, cool, great. I love when you people actually understand things. You guys are regular. Fine. So list, why am I writing the comment again? Fine. So I'll declare something. What list should I declare? Today let's go ahead and declare something called as Bharti list. Fine. Bharti underscore list. What does this list do? So basically this list does nothing except for being a list, but I am actually declaring a list comprehension. I am trying that we give it a list comprehension. Basically we're trying that we write a list in a manner that the whole code is reduced. So what do we do? Now x. Now first of all tell me, what does this operation do? What I have written right now, what does x double star do? What does it do? Tell me फटाफट in the live chat section. Tell me फटाफट बताओ. फिर मैं I am writing it ahead, but go ahead, tell me. Exponential. Correct, Sujal, correct. It's exponential. So basically it returns a square, because as I had told you earlier, this is a base and this is the exponent, correct? So it will return squares from 1 to which number? I have told you about this range function. Tell me fatavat. From 1 to which particular number? Tell me ASAP. 5. Correct, Vasu. Correct. Till 5. Very good. Now let's check out what are we actually getting. Fine. So I'll keep it here. I'll write print and I'll go ahead. I'll print out Bharti list. Fine. Let's run the code. So if you carefully see this 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. Now I had to do nothing. I just wrote 2 lines and I got this list of squares, isn't it? Had I written it till 10, I would have got the squares till 9. See? Isn't it? Isn't it a magical thing? Now all of you who have studied lists from me, they know list involves a certain piece of code. It is long in length, but list comprehension is often used at the places where list and loops are to be combined. Whenever a list and loop is to be combined, list comprehension can be used. Anywhere where you want to reduce down the length of the code which is related to lists, list comprehension is going to come handy to you. Is it clear to everybody? Also the link to my Telegram community is flashing in the live chat section, so you can go ahead and join it out. Fine. Now let's go ahead, let's learn something else. What else is left? Let's see. So we have done tuples, and I've told you that tuples would involve pretty much the things about that were there in lists, just a few changes. Specifically they are immutable. Fine. Rest of the things are pretty common to the list, so the same way it behaves apart from the mutability. Fine. Where is your Telegram account? Okay, so if you see this particular link above the message that you have done, yes sir I know list, above that message you have Telegram link to the placement preparation one. Fine. So basically that's my Telegram community. You have also a Shuklaji Speaks link, my Instagram profile link. So wherever you feel comfortable. Sir, lambda function, Bharti, in the next class we're going to cover it. Don't worry. Lambda function, map function, we'll cover it. Don't worry. In the next classes we'll cover it. Now also we've done list comprehension, and now we have to do sets. Fine. So we'll go ahead, we'll learn about sets, and I'm going to write the definition to it. Everybody who's watching this must note this down. So built-in data type in Python. Fine. So this is a built-in data type in Python. This is an unordered collection. This is not an ordered collection, this is an unordered collection. And the most important thing, sets do not allow duplicate elements. Fine. They do not allow duplicate elements. Along with this, why are they used? These are useful to perform operations like union, intersection, fine, union, intersection, what else? Difference, correct. So I have written down these functions in my notebook as well, so that nothing is left. Also, there is one more function that I want to cover here, difference update. We'll cover this as well. Fine, difference update. This is also a very good function, and this should be covered. However, it's not there in my notebook because at that time it didn't cross my mind, but right now it is crossing my mind. So we'll learn that as well. Now, very important thing, I'm reiterating again, they do not allow duplicate elements. This is very important point for placements. Fine. So for placements, it is super important. You should note it down. Now, how do you actually create a set? How do you actually create a set? So to create a set, nothing is needed. I'll say, for example, who is there who was regularly pinging to us? Who's there? Vaishali. Let's go. Fine. So I'll say Vaishali set. Fine. See. Fine. So Vaishali's set, I'll say, and I'll write it like this. So if I'm writing it like this, this is a set. These curly brackets or these curly braces, however you want to call it, these actually indicate a set. Fine. There are various other ways to typecast a set as well. For example, if I want to typecast it, rather I'll write it in the code. Fine. Why should I write it on the PPT? Because that doesn't give a great vibe, isn't it? So round bracket. Round bracket? No, I generally prefer them calling curly brackets, but if you call them round brackets, fine by me. No issues. Call it anything. Call it, even if you call it potato, I hardly worry about it. All that you need to do is you have to justify that how in the interview this can be called potato. That's it. Fine. There's no issue calling it anything. Can you provide an Instagram account? It is there. It is there. Fine. So you have that. Great. Now I'll go ahead and I'll write it here. Sets. So Vaishali set was there, correct? And we'll write something 30. Rather, let's create a set like this. Atulya. Fine. And then Vaibhav. And then what else? Mayur. Fine. What else? Divyank. Fine. We'll have such elements in our set. So now if I print this set, print Vaishali underscore set. Now what if I print it? Let's see what happens. So if you see, our names are coming here, correct? So these are some great people from my team, and I can comment it out. So I'll comment this down. Let's comment it out. So everybody who has learned commenting from me knows that this is how you actually comment things out. And this is what is this called? What right now what I have done, what is this called? Fatapat batao. Ganga, Bhavana, Bharati and Bhimesh, CS Pathshala, tell me what is this? Fatapat batao. What is this called? The way I have used comments here, what is it called? I have taught you this in the first class. Fine. We have learned this in the first class. Fatapat batao. Commenting. Oh fine, but what kind of commenting? I've taught you single line commenting, I've taught you multi-line commenting. What is it? Tell me. Fatapat. By that time, let's go ahead and let's learn. Multi-line comment. Perfect, Vasu. Perfect. Typecasting. Fine. Of a list to set. So now Vasu, for your immense contribution of this wonderful comment, fine, multi-line comment, I'll go ahead and I'll actually print this out. Fine. And Bharati, to your doubt, first of all, you can store the first two particular exponents and then you can go ahead and type out the third component. That would help you out. Hashtag se bhi comment hota hai single line. Exactly. Vaibhav, we have learned this in first class. Great. Everybody who has said multi-line comment, great. Now, why am I printing it? So let's go ahead and let's create a list. Fine. I would rather simply write a list, but I'll name it Vasu set. Fine, because Vasu was the one who first commented that it was a multi-line comment. Now, if I want, using this particular operation, fine, I can convert this list 10, 12, 14, 16. This is a list. If you carefully see, this is a list. Now with this set method, I can actually typecast a list into a set. Fine, let's check. And then I'll print the Vasu set as well. Print Vasu underscore set. Let's run the code. Okay, there's some issue. It is saying unhashable sets. Pardon, I have done a big mistake here. Why have I written it? I don't need this. Fine. If you see it, it is typecasted, correct? You don't need to actually specifically write a list into a set separately. No. What you can do is, if you're having a list like this, you can straight away convert it. What if this list was named something? For example, if I cut it and if I write it like this, for example, who was there? Priyanka. Fine. So Priyanka underscore list. What if I write it like this? And what if I save it like this? And then I'll go ahead and I'll try converting it here. Let's see what happens. Fine. And I'll change this list so that we can see the change here. Fine. But if you carefully see, we had put it in a order 10, 12, 16 and 10, 12, 14 and 16 earlier. Earlier it looked like this, correct? This was our order, but what did it print? 16, 10, 12, 14, anything, any random thing it printed, right? Any random order. That is why I had told you this is unordered. Fine. Set is always unordered. Let's see whether this runs. So this is running, but I'll change this out and let's see. So 17, 10, 12, 14. It is random in order. Fine. It is unordered. It is not in a specific order. It is running like this: 17, then 10, then 12, then 14. So this is not a specific order, correct? Zoom in. Bhai lo. Is this enough? Is this enough, Sahil? Yes, Bhimesh, you're right. Typecasting is actually changing one data type to another one. Fine. Now, let's go ahead and we'll actually work on how to actually add elements to a particular set. So we have now, to which set should I add? Let's add to Vasu set. Fine. Vasu underscore set, or I would write here Vasu set dot add. Fine. When you put this dot add, you can add any element. For example, I want to add 34. Fine. And again, I'll print Vasu set. So I am a lazy man. I'll control C and control V it. So see, 34 is there, and now the order is altogether changed. I don't know how it became 117. I don't realize when I made it 117, but fine, doesn't matter. Fine. So if you see carefully, now this particular set looks like this after adding 34. If I want to remove 34, what can I do? Vasu underscore set, fine, dot remove. Fine. And now see, the magic here is, for example, I want to remove 10 and then I print Vasu set. See, it is giving me perfect output. But what if I write here 27? Now tell me one thing, is 27 present in the set that we are trying to manipulate or we are trying to alter? Vasu set is this now, basically. This is Vasu set, or this is Vasu set right now, I would say. Is there 27 present? Yes, Pop is also with the sets, but this is primarily the same thing. No, 27 is not there, correct? And when I am using this particular command that remove 27, what should it show? It should show an error, isn't it? it should show an error. Let's see. See, it is showing an error. Fine. It is saying that there is key error, 27 is not present. Correct. But there is one great function called discard. So if I put it, it does the same job as remove. It does the same job, exactly same job. But when I go ahead and use discard, this function doesn't give an error if the element is not present in my set. For example, 27 is not there in the set right now. Still, it would not give any error to me. It would run in a fantastic manner. See, correct? And what if I had used this? What if I had used this? Fine. And what if I had done this in a manner where I had removed 117? So if I remove 117, this exists and this would remove. See, it got removed. Fine, it got removed. However, if I add some random arbid number here, which is not related to this set, still it would not show error. Fine, there would be no error here. Is it clear to everybody? Tell me. फटाफट बताओ. Tell me ASAP. Is it clear to everybody? Great, great, great everybody. Fine, fine. Chalo. So now let's go to the actual operations on the set, but before I go on to them, I would want you to know a few things. I'll make sure that you revise a few basics about the mathematics. Fine. So when we talk about sets, fine, when we talk about sets, we have few operations like union. Fine. We have intersection. I'll write it like this. We have, apart from union and intersection, I had told you we have difference. Fine. So if I have two sets, say this is one set, this is the second set, fine, and they are here in a universal set. So this is A, this is A, and this is B. Why there is a non-continuous line? Fine. So this is A and B, two sets. Union is basically this. Everything combined, basically the common parts combined. Whatever is not common, you still have them together. Fine. Sir, can you explain once again? Okay, what should I explain once again? Tell me. Name that topic, then I'll explain. No. Then you have intersection. And what is intersection? Only the common elements. Correct? For example, A and B you have. So this particular portion is intersection. Fine. What is the difference? Why am I teaching you all this? You'll realize when I'll code it out. You'll realize. Fine. What is different? When if this is A and this is B, and if I say A minus B, what is A minus B? This portion. This is A minus B. Fine. Previous topic done before 5 minutes. Yeah, name it out. No, what previous topic? Set. Do you want to understand set? What in sets? Exactly, you got it. Now tell me, what is this? Tell me, what is this? This is A, this is B. And what did I teach 5 minutes before? So I had taught you, if I'm not wrong, I had taught you about the removal and discard, isn't it? So look, CS Pathshala with MBS, look, discard doesn't throw an error even if you write an element which is not there in set. For example, your set has 3 elements, 10, 12 and 14, and in discard function you write 56. Fine. So it will not throw up an error. It would simply print your set if you want to. But if you write the same thing in remove, if you write your set dot remove and then you write 56, then it would throw an error that 56 does not exist. Fine. B minus A. Correct, correct, correct guys. Very good, very good. Difference update, I have not told it yet. Vaishali, don't run that fast. Fine, it is not difference update. So this is B minus A. Fine, this particular Venn diagram is of B minus A. We'll go to difference update. Fine. So basically, let's come back to the coding and let's work here. So I'll remove this, all this add. So again, to explain this, MVSC, had I done remove here, this is my set, you can see this is my set. Had I done remove here and had I written 120, now in set there is no 120. If I do it, it would throw up an error. See, it is throwing an error. But what if I remove it and write 34, which is there in the set? Fine, it was earlier there in the set. After doing 34, it got removed. However, if I write discard and I write 120 here, it would not throw up any error. See, 120 is not present in this set, it is still not there. But if I write this, it will not throw up an error, rather it would keep working and it would give me the resultant set, which is still unaltered. Fine, so I hope this is clear to you. Now I'm removing all this and we'll use Vaishali's set. Rather, I'll say this is Vaishali's set, and then let's go ahead, let's write another set which is Komal set. Fine, rather I'll name them A and B or something, a single variable, otherwise it will be so long and I'll be typing whole day, so I don't want that. Now let's go ahead, Vaibhav, I'll write here Bhimesh, again I'll go further, I'll write Rajat. Fine, great, thank, most welcome Rajat. And what else? I'll write Mayur. Fine, now you have these two particular sets, where in the first set you have 4 elements, Atulya, Vaibhav, Mayur, Divyank. In the second set you have Vaibhav, Bhimesh, Rajat and Mayur. Correct? Now what if I remove this line, and what if I tell you that you basically union them? So I write another particular set C, I declare that out, and A. Now to actually implement this, you have to use union function as it is. Fine, as it is, you can use this A union B. So this is a way to use union, because you have multiple ways to use union. So I'm showing this one way to you. I hope there's no doubt so far. Let's check what would be the union. So basically it would combine all those elements of A and B which are present in both the sets, and it would not repeat the common elements. Basically it would combine the both sets. So Atulya, Vaibhav, Mayur, Divyank, Rajat and Bhimesh, these should be our outputs. Let's see. So our outputs basically should contain 1, 2, 3 and then 4 and then 5 and then 6. Basically there should be outputs in C. So I'll print C here. Let's print the C and let's see what happens. See, we are having 6 outputs, Atulya, Mayur, Divyank, 6 elements in our set, Atulya, Mayur, Divyank, Vaibhav, Bhimesh, Rajat. So far so good. Everything is clear in union. Fatapat batao in chat section. I can see that out. Fatapat batao in chat section. Now there is one more thing. So far so good. Is it clear? Great. Okay Vasu, cool. Now you can use one more way, another way to actually union them. Great. Second way to use union. How do you do that? See, I'll go ahead with D equals to A, and then you use the single long slash. Fine, this one, B. If you do this, union is done. And let's go ahead and print the D. So whatever output C had, the same is the output for D. D should have same thing, because we made the union of A and B here. Same thing we are doing here. So both the outputs should be same. Correct? So we should have 2 such outputs. Let's see, do we have it or not? See, we have exactly same outputs, but this time order is changed. So if you see correctly, the order is getting changed because sets are such unordered collections. You do not have a fixed structure or fixed order for them. Correct? Now if there had been one more set, say, I'll comment everything here and I'll basically say, rather till here I should comment it out. Fine. And now I'll say there is one more set called C, fine, where I have absolutely different names. For example, Komal, and then I have, what else? I have Bharti, fine. That's it, two names. Now, if I do like this, so this is how I can unify more than two sets, fine. And let's go ahead and let's check it out. So basically I should have Komal and Bharti as well in this output for the second time. So this time only one output would be printed because print C has been commented out. So only one output, where along with these names I should have name of Komal and Bharti. Let's check. See, I have them. Bharti, Komal, I have them. Correct? So this is how you can actually utilize multiple unifications where you have more than two sets to unify. You can handle using this particular straight dash or whatever you want to call. I call it union operator. So this helps you out. Fine. Now I'll go ahead and we'll understand about intersections. Fine. So intersection in sets. Now if you carefully see in the above sets, you have a few things common. For example, Atulya, Vaibhav, fine, Mayur, Divyank, here there are four elements, but Vaibhav and Mayur are both common in A and B. Fine. So let's check that out. How do we do that? So I would rather declare a new set which is called inter. Fine, inter is enough. Intersection. Fine. So you understand that this inter is actually intersection. Now, how do I actually use this intersection? So I would say A dot intersection B. Is it clear? Is it clear to everybody? This is how you use it. And see, if I print inter, I would get only two outputs, which is my name and Mayur's name. So let's check. See, Vaibhav and Mayur, this is what is being printed, and this is purely the intersection. You can also use it like this. Print A. Now and is the operator. I don't know why it is throwing up an error like this. Wait, does it still throw up an error like this if I write it? Yes, it does. So this is the AND operator. Fine, ye wala AND hai. So I'll write it, and this is throwing some error. I'll get it possibly corrected by tomorrow. So what exactly I'm trying to say, let's go ahead here and understand. I'm saying you can write like this: print A and B. Fine. So this ampersand can be used. Is it clear so far? Is it clear so far? Fatapat batao. So this ampersand you can use. Fine. Great. Great. Exactly, Vasu. Great. So let's check it out. I'm having Mayur and Vaibhav. Fine. And every time you see orders are changing because sets are unordered. I've iterated this a lot of times. I hope this is pretty much clear. Now just two functions are left and we'll cover them up. Fatafat se. Okay. So what are those? Those are difference. Fine. So now when I'll write about difference, you'll understand difference in sets. Now if I say A minus B, how would it be? For example, I'll say there is new set called diff, and in this diff, what am I going to do? I'm going to do, first of all, A dot difference and then B. So what is the A dot difference B? So basically whatever you had in B, Vaibhav and Mayur you had. So this time you should not have these names. For diff, when I'll print diff, I'll print it out here. And this is something that I'll write. Print the set difference is, and then I'll go ahead and I'll write diff. Correct? So I should have the names of Atulya and Divyank, because Vaibhav and Mayur were a part of B as well, है ना? So we don't need any output or any element from B. We only need from A. So Atulya and Divyank are the only things that are in A. They are not present in B. Henceforth, I should be having those as my outputs. Let's see, do I have them or not? Yes, the set difference is Atulya and Divyank. Correct? Is it clear? Sir, what is the timing for tomorrow's class? That would be communicated to you in due course. You can stay updated with the community posts of this channel, or you can go ahead on Instagram stories of Prepinsta. You can check it out there. Fine, you'll have it. Don't worry. So tomorrow Divyank sir will be teaching you. I'll be teaching you day after tomorrow. Is it clear to you guys? Fine. Don't worry, we'll complete this series. This would not at any cost remain incomplete. I'm telling you this. Fine, you have my word on that. Now, what if I tell you that you can also write, I'll say diff2, and you can also write it this way, a minus b. Fine, and I'll use it here. The set difference ki jagah I'll say the diff2 is here. I'll use diff2. Fine. So a minus b also works in the same manner. Again, I should have Atulya and Divyank. See, had I written it b minus a, what would have been my output? Fatavat batao. Had I written b minus a, what would have been my output? Yes, I can give you extra discount, but you have to actually ping me on Instagram. Basically on my Instagram profile @ShuklajiSpeaks. You have to DM me. Fine. And there I'll pose a challenge to you. And if you are able to solve it, good for you. Fine. I'll give you some extra. Correct, Vasu. Bhimesh and Rajat, we'll have these two as the outputs in the diff2. If I have them b minus a, let's see. Do I have them? Yes, Rajat and Bhimesh. That's what we have. Me and Rajat. The best thing was Bhimesh commented me and Rajat. Best. Perfect. Perfect so far. Now, let's go ahead. Let's understand. Difference update. Fine. So what is this function? This is like this. I'll say D3. This is a new set. Fine. D3, which is difference update for all of you. How do you use it? A dot difference underscore update b. Fine. And now I'll print D3. So basically it will give you a similar value of a minus b. So a minus b was, what was a minus b? Divyank and Atulya, correct? Let's see. See, none. It is saying if I go ahead with difference update, it says none. Fine. What is the difference update? What does it actually do? So it actually differs with the, first of all, I'll say that this differs with these particular two elements here. Is there any query? No. So a minus b में ये difference देखेगा, ठीक है? Here it would see the difference, whatever is there, and it would update the a set accordingly. Fine. It would update accordingly. So far we have already calculated the difference, so it doesn't remain there. However, if I print out set a, see, print a, I'll print it out. So if you see, a is already Atulya and Divyank. Fine. This difference here after the 3.8 version of Python, it is also working like difference. Fine. It is also working like difference update. But to make you understand things better, what I'll do is I'll comment this portion out so that you don't have that particular understanding which is required. I'll go ahead and I'll comment this out. So this is commented. Don't get confused. I'm telling you what's the difference. See, when I'll say difference update, and what is the difference between this difference and difference update? So see, I'll run this code and then you'll have Atulya and Divyank. Is there any other difference also running? See, correct? I don't need this D3. I don't need this. Fine. So I'll run code and see. So what is exactly happening? When I actually print out a after this difference update, I have done this difference update. Even if I don't write this D3, still this would execute and it would update the value of a to this particular difference. What I'm saying, let's visualize it on a paper. Fine. So this was your a, this was your b. Fine. A and b. Fine. Two sets. Now a minus b was this part, correct? This was a minus b. I am saying in difference update, in difference underscore update What does it do? My writing is very poor just because of the posture I am into right now, so don't worry much about that. But what does it do? It updates A like this. Fine. So the new A would look like this. Is it clear? In difference update, the new A looks like this. So basically what does it do? It says, wait, I'll erase this out. We want a proper capital A. So what does it say? It says A equals to A minus B. This should be assigned. So A minus B should be assigned to A. Is it clear so far? Is it clear so far? A minus B, this portion would be assigned to the new A. That's the only difference. Fine. Is it clear to everybody? Fine. I hope that's clear to everybody. And that's pretty much about it. That's difference update. Now, had time allowed me, I would have explained dictionaries as well to you. However, whoever is watching this series, I guarantee you the series would be completed. We have made a shift in the plan. Why we have done this? So that by the time you finish this series and the aptitude series, you are ready to a certain extent. At least you're 50% done with your placement preparation. The whole thing is, you've heard me enough. I have told you enough that it is highly essential that you use aptitude to your leverage. The reason is, it is the gatekeeper. 80% people straight away get rejected out of the placements just because they do not know aptitude. Fine. So you need to have good grip on aptitude. Is it clear? You need to have good grip there. And that's why we have started that series. I would say that you go ahead, show some love there as well. And apart from it, it is essential that whatever you learn here, go ahead, spread it out to people, because that's what the mankind is for. Keep helping each other. However, you can see this operation placement. So this is a 2.5 months program, and this is 80 plus hours of live lectures, 200 plus hours of recorded lectures. Fine, you have to, if you want to really expedite your placement preparation, so operation placement can do that for you. And if I can go ahead, I can show you these particular highlights of this program. 10,000 plus PYQs you would be solving here, and there is some offer going on here as well. So if you see here, and I'll go ahead and I'll sign it in. For some odd reason it is not signed in, but in my other browser it would be there, so I'd show you here. Fine, don't worry. I can log in it here, prepinsta.com. So here you'll have the operation placement, and if I go further on this page, it should show me the logging in facility. Yes, please continue as it. So if you see here, the student journey would look like something like this, where you would go ahead, you would fill the form, complete the payment, get access to LMS, live classes for 200 plus hours, and basically live classes for 80 plus hours and 200 plus hours of self-paced preparation. You will have 10,000 plus previous years at your hand, and then you'll have prep for tech and HR interviews. I'd be specifically handling this area. I would be guiding you personally. Fine. And where can you get this? Aptitude in Prep Insta. Similar as I'm teaching, similarly, same is being taught in the YouTube live section by Divyang sir. Yesterday he started with that. And if I show you, this would be your schedule for classes here in operation placement: 2 to 4 p.m. afternoon session, 6 to 9 p.m. evening session on Saturday and Sunday. And on Wednesday, you'll be having a doubt solving session from 9 p.m. to 10:30. And all this is given here. Your syllabus is given here. 10 lectures, 15 lectures, everything in detail is given. You'll have a certification, you'll have an LOR to your particular extent, which would help you out. And these would be the faculties. Fine. So if you see carefully, these would be the faculties that would be teaching you, and there are many more experts. Divyang sir also would be plugged in here if I'm correct, or some other people as well. So you'll have many people here. Don't worry about it. So you can find it out, and if you want to receive some special discount on this, all you need to do is ping me on my Instagram at @ShuklajiSpeaks. I've given you that enough times. It is available in the live chat section as well. You come to my Instagram, you ping me for this, drop your mobile number directly. I'll make sure that my mentors directly connect to you. And if you're coming to me, they'd specifically address your needs. They'll go ahead, they'll expedite your preparation with this particular operation placement. Seats are 100, very limited, and we want literally commando like mindset here. so that you can actually prepare well. Fine. So this is pretty much about operation placement. You already know about Prep Insta Prime. Fine. I've shown you it enough times. So if you're on an upskilling journey, you can come here. This is your favorite OTT for upskilling. Fine. You can come here and check it out. So I'll rather log out from here and then I'll come here. So you can click on Get Prime. Use the coupon code Shukla10. It is also there in the live chat section. CSM team, please put the same thing again. Fine. Put the Shukla10 coupon code here and I'll show you. You will have some sort of discounts here. For example, if I take it for 48 months and I write Shukla10, I'll have the maximum discount possible, which would be given here, and the prices would automatically change. So you can use that out to go on an upskilling journey where you have these 200 plus courses of various things. You have various preparation handles as well. You have image based recognition, you have project skills and whatnot. So CSM team, put the coupon code Shukla10 for the better visibility of the students and their convenience. That would be better. And that's pretty much. So I'll go ahead and I'll wrap this session up. In the next session, we'll learn about various things. Fine. We learn about various things like dictionaries and things like that. We learn about functions like lambda functions in the upcoming journey. So be careful, learn hard, keep striving hard, and to everybody who's watching this, go ahead, teach other people as well if they are in need. Keep doing good for others. Good will come back to you. Fine. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the live chat section. Otherwise, I'll wrap this up. And I hope this is pretty much helpful for all of you. Fine. Most welcome, most welcome. So, anything? No, I guess there's no doubt. Fine. I hope this class was enjoyable for everybody. Go ahead and spread the goodness out for everybody. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day ahead. I am ending the stream. Let's meet you day after tomorrow. Tomorrow you have to come for the aptitude session. Remember.